Do you think your antivirus is keeping you safe? Well, think again. Computer viruses have mutated and evolved. They're now a part of every cyber criminal's toolkit. There are two main types. The first is ransomware. Ransomware, when it lands on your computer, will encrypt all your files and hold them to ransom, so you have to pay to get your own data back. This affects both private users and major corporations. The only difference is how much money they ask you to pay to get your information back. It's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. The second type of virus is called cryptojacking. This is more complex. Here, the hijacker is using your computer. They put software on your computer which becomes a data miner, and they do this across thousands of computers. And all these data miners work together to mine cryptocurrency, and for which the hijacker gets paid. So this kind of hijacker is using the resources of your computer to make money for himself. It will slow your computer down. It is an intensive operation, and it has in fact shut computers down due to overheating. But even a modern computer, you will notice the difference. So if you see a sudden slowdown in your computer, a sudden lack of reaction when you're using it, check to see if it's got a crypto miner installed. So where do these viruses come from? How do they land in your computer, and how come they're not caught? Well, in 2018, there were 812 million known infections. 94% of these came via email. So, I don't want to be Captain Obvious here, but email is where we need to focus. So what can we do about email? How do they arrive by email? Mostly by infected attachments. There are a few basic rules you can follow here. First of all, don't use Outlook or Thunderbird or Apple Mail. Don't use local email software. Leave your email on the server and use a web browser to access it. In this way, if it's not on your local computer, it can't infect it. Okay? Don't download it, and do not download attachments. There are a lot of ways to receive files. If someone wants to send you a file, it doesn't matter what it is. If they've got you on WhatsApp or on Telegram or on any other dozens these days of chat apps, they can send a file through that. They can tell you, I want to send you a file. By email, that's fine. You can say, oh, okay, send it through to my account at my phone number. Then they can send that through that. Because it's much harder for a criminal to hijack your phone number than it is for him to hijack your email address. It's a much safer way of transferring files. You still get the file, whatever it might be, whether it's an important work file or whether it's a cat video. It doesn't matter. It still comes through the internet, and it's a much safer way of doing it. So, where have we got to? We need to do something about emails. Antivirus isn't doing it. When you buy Windows 10, which most of us use, you buy Windows Defender, you buy the Windows Firewall, and these are pretty much industry standard. Do you really need additional additional antivirus protection? I don't honestly believe so. I think that is good enough. And if you're careful about your email, you've only got 6% of those virus infections to deal with anyway. And I'm sure that Defender will catch those. You see, as long as you're protecting yourself, then the cyber criminals will go elsewhere. They'll see that you're a difficult target, that their attachments aren't getting through, so they'll start to attack the corporate networks instead. It's like the two guys who see a lion in the jungle, and the one guy starts to put on Nikes, and the other guy says to him, excuse me, you're not expecting to outrun that lion, are you, just because you've got training running shoes on? He says, I don't have to outrun the lion. You've just got to be faster than the other guy. And if you're careful with email, you can be, you won't be infected, and you can save yourself all that money if you were hijacked. Thanks very much indeed for listening. My name's Paul Shaw, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.